Hi, welcome. So let's make sure I have my pilots checklist. I think I've got everything on. And I did start recording for 2 seconds and then I was like, oh, camera or the microphone. So I really do need a list. So I think everything's in order. I hope you can hear me. And we're doing a Thursday Thriving reading. So with kind of like anchoring in some energy around what it takes for us to thrive in our lives. And sometimes that means like, you're already good, just keep doing this. Or, hey, here's some things you might want to look at. Just sort of gives us the full picture of where we are on that thriving spectrum. Or nothing at all. We'll come through. We'll see. We'll just see. I already did my little prayer. Just trying to say, like, we're listening. I am really tired. I had a big energetic day and didn't eat until I got home. So I'm not practicing what I preach lately. So, oops, I hope that didn't mess up the video any. So yeah, I just need sort of a reset tonight. So I think what we're going to do is just a little short and sweet reading, because I really do love the daily practice of this. I don't want to miss a day. I'd rather just do a little bit and call it short and then get back at it tomorrow. So yeah, today was amazing. I had amazing clients. I mean, they're all amazing. I haven't had an unamazing one yet. And just like started the day so early. I opened up early hours to fit a client in, since I'm leaving on this big trip out of the country and trying not to push people out a month and a half or whatever. So she was able to come in and we did a Reiki session. So that was the start of the day. It was so good. And then this amazing massage, just like in the flow. And then ending the day with craniosacral, which is just a love of mine. And it really works for this particular client. She really believes in it. And that makes all the difference. Like your mindset, for healing. And I couldn't ask for a better day. And then our ceiling, when I got home, one of our really good friends, it was finishing up working on our kitchen ceiling that's been missing all the last half of the year. We got a lot of rain in the summer and it fell in. And we hired him to put it back up, and he finally had time in his schedule. I'm just going to turn the heat down. I'm on the verge of a hot flash. And so got to see him, and yeah, it was a good day. Now, it wasn't a good day for everyone. There was a client cancellation because of a death in the family, and that's hard stuff. And then I put up a little journal session about it on my Patreon. And I don't know, I just felt like talking. Blah. And then some stuff came out that I didn't expect, that I really felt like, yeah, gurgles. And my hair's been up all day, and then it's like, brr. So what I'm going to do, it's driving me nuts. I'm going to do this makeshift headband, and we're going to do a reading. So thanks for putting up with my ramblings. So what we're going to do, what are we going to do? What kind of spread sounds good for like the short and sweet? And I think it might be like thriving is kind of like, somebody else said this today. We go from I was just chatting with my first client. She's a dear friend of mine. I've known her for over 10 years now, which just is mind-blowing. I've been back here in the Midwest that long and met her really soon after arriving back here. And just maybe we have a soul connection, such a good friend, no matter how much or how little we keep in touch. It's just some depth there, And she was talking about survival. It's really more about preservation. So there's this like this walk. I feel like there's like a crawl, walk, run kind of thing about thriving. Because we were talking about, well, first you're kind of just in survival mode. And it's not just first. I mean, we go back and forth along this spectrum our whole lives, don't we? Sometimes we're in survival mode. And then we're kind of like persevering. But she said the word preservation, you know, it's like we're doing more than just surviving. I mean, surviving's a little like preservation. It's like bare minimal stuff, you know, but like persevering and then like thriving. So it's like a crawl, walk, run. I haven't really thought anything about this until the words are just now coming out of my mouth, but I feel like maybe we'll do a spread that kind of like expresses that journey along the spectrum. Sometimes we're going forward, sometimes we're kind of inching back into survival mode because of these circumstances in our lives. For example, like the death in our families that happens, and like sometimes we just get knocked right back down to survival mode. Like you just got to do the bare minimum to function, to get through it. And then you kind of inch your way back forward day by day, week by week. And then at some point, you're going to get to thriving again, which is like more than the bare minimum. It's like everything builds on the foundations and the layers. Like you've survived, you've built something up there that like supports you till you're thriving, you know, where thriving feels easy. Survival feels hard. Isn't that weird how survival's like, it's the bare minimum, yet it's hard. And thriving is like the maximum, but seems so easy. What is that? Is it all like mindset? Everything's a paradox. I'm gonna write a song. Paradox. Anyway, those are some deep thoughts by Elizabeth Handy. Remember that? If you're old, you remember Jack Handy on SNL. Deep Thoughts by Jack Handy. Oh God, we gotta dig those up. Some of them, they're just absurd. And you wonder why our generation's weird. Like, there's no wonder. Jack Handy. So let's do a little crawl, walk, run approach maybe to our lives. You know, let's maybe do a 3 card and an overall. How about we do that? Something always slips out there. Very slippery. Stop it. You can tell I'm tired and get a little whiny. All right. Oh, it feels good. Wait until it feels good. It's gotta feel good. Oh, almost. Yeah, here we go. Well, that's, I don't know, like maybe they're in backward order. It feels like they're backward order, which totally makes sense because we want to be thriving. Aw, oh my gosh, you guys. If I did, you know what? Dang it. Every time. Spirit, like, you know, okay, there's a whole thing here, and I think I've talked about it before. Like I said, maybe we'll do 3 card, and in the back of my head, I'm like, no, it's always 4. 4 is always what feels better. I don't know why, because I like 3 so much, but when I do these spreads, the short and sweet ones, and I just feel like it's gotta have 4. And so when I did this, when I pulled the page, I'm like, that doesn't feel like overall energy to me. That feels like if we're going backwards, that's like, it's perfect. And I'll explain why. And then when I looked at the real overall, I was like, oh yeah, sun, baby. But if I were to do 4 from where it should have been the top of the deck, it would be the Empress. And that is interesting. That is interesting. We're going to put you back. Do I just need to redo this? Did I mess this all up? No? Okay. So it's like second guessing myself. So, oh, this is so funny. Okay, let's just read this and see what resonates. So for the overall energy, we have the sun, which is like acceptance. I want to show you something. I I love this book so much. I put it in the links because I really highly recommend it. So the sun is like clarity and optimism. I just wanted to get to the actual page because I feel like I read something in here. The sun, life force energy, vitality, visibility. Talk about thriving. And when it says visibility, I feel like when we're thriving, it's like, look at me. I am expressing my pure, under the sun, out in the light self. And like, you are feeling healthier inside and out. Oh, consider some inner child healing work, perhaps. Like exciting new opportunities, seeing the world through the eyes of a child. And it's like, that's thriving. Oh, man. It also talks about how the sun is like this card, like we've been through a lot. Like it talks about after the darkness comes the light. So when we're thriving, it's like we've come through something in order to thrive. Do we just pop out of the womb thriving? Yeah, but like I think we have to go through some stuff to know that we're thriving. Otherwise, there's no context, right? And so I feel like this, like if we read this in the order they came out, which is the 10 of Pentacles, and this is like the ultimate like abundance, and you have all the generations of your family there. So it's like thriving means your family's thriving. It's not just you. It's like everyone in your circle, in your sphere, is like influenced by your ability to feel like you're thriving. And then if we go backwards to that kind of crawl, walk, run, somewhere in here we're just like doing the hard work. Steady she goes, persevering. And then here it's like this is interesting with the Page of Wands and Knight of Cups, because the page is that youthful kind of energy and curiosity. It's like a newness, like a freshness. And it's like if we've come through the survival mode, before we even get into thriving, it's like I've got to see things fresh. Like thriving is like in flow. And there's got to be something that takes you out of survival mode. It's not like you just jump straight from survival to thrive. There's got to be adopting a fresh perspective about something, like letting go of like the bare minimum, the hardness of survival mode. There's got to be a shift, and it's not immediate. Like from survival to thrive in like a split second, how would that work? So I feel like this is that journey of like, oh, I got to see things with a fresh perspective. And there's going to be this new gift of the heart, perhaps, like coming from here, the agonizing of survival mode, down into the heart where you get a passion for something. And wands are passion, cups are heart. I feel like these kind of go hand in hand with like coming out of that survival mode. And now you're going to start doing the work, building the momentum to really thrive. And so I feel like this came in reverse order, and it still wanted me to do 4. Thank you. And the sun is like, that's thriving energy. I just got chills because it's like I'm still this youthful energy, because thriving does bring about like a renewal of like Vitality. And I love that word for sun. That's why I had to pull it up. Like, it's the sun energy, vitality. I love that word, by the way. It says so much in one word. So it's thriving. It's like a synonym, I think. So there's a hair. When isn't there? Where isn't there? So Spirit, help clarify this journey we're on from survival to thriving. What might we need to take a look at to get from one end to the other, as successfully as possible. Whatever success means. I don't like that word, but you know what I mean. Thank you. Sticky cards, sticky cards. The Mentor. We just had this one. I'm going to set it aside, okay? I feel like sometimes I have to say, Spirit, give us a new one that we haven't had this week at least, because I don't want to read the same thing. We'll just keep it there, because sometimes I feel like they just don't shuffle really well. See, look, like there's two stuck here. I probably haven't ever been able to pull the one because it's stuck to the other. And you can't really shuffle these like a normal deck. Let's get a fresh card for this fresh perspective. The Temple. I don't think I've had that one before. XXXIX. That's a lot of X's. And then, oops, I did throw away the... That's on autopilot. I put away the Mentor. XXXIX. XXXIX. Ah, two more. One more. Ooh, I've never had that one either. Okay. The Temple, the sanctuary, the shrine, the altar. When we think of the temple, we often envision an architectural structure in a far-off land. We are quick to distance ourselves from the sacred, assuming we must expend much effort in order to arrive there. Yet the temple is a universal and omnipresent energy, accessible in the highest and lowest, richest and poorest of places. Visiting the temple might be as simple as stepping into the dappled light of the forest, slowly and sensuously kissing a lover, or closing your eyes to travel inward. This card is a call to re-examine what you pay homage to and what you reject. What do you spend your time worshiping? Your phone, money, material goods? What barriers do you draw between yourself and the sacred? Perhaps there is room on your altar for something new, something surprising. Offer it to the heavens. When light, reverence for all, life as sanctuary. When dark, idolatry, cult, strict spirituality. Go deeper. Now is the time, by Hafez. So the ancient yogis saw the body itself as the temple, every function and feature of it as an expression of divinity. Build a shrine with found materials. Don't spend any money, only time. I love that. Though indeed the temple travels with you, this card is interwoven with the pilgrim archetype. If you've been longing for a spiritual journey, book your tickets. Oh. It's like the... Oh. This card is a call to re-examine what you pay homage to and what you reject. What do you spend your time worshiping? What barriers do you draw between yourself and the sacred? Perhaps there is room on your altar for something new, something surprising. Offer it to the heavens. Oh, I love that. I'm not quite sure how it relates to thriving, other than when it said, like, when they say your body is a temple, it's divine. It's like, in order to thrive, like in survival mode, we're probably not paying attention to our bodies. Probably not treating it well, like me, not having sleep or good nutrition. It's like a reminder, like, what are you worshiping? And worshiping just means, like, where are you spending your time and attention and focus? Is it going inward? Probably not if you're in survival mode. Probably not. So let's clarify a little bit. I'm going to pull something I haven't pulled in a while. Let's pull these babies. This, because we just pulled the Wild Unknown Archetypes. Let's pull the Wild Unknown Tarot. Same author, same artist. And these are beautiful. So Spirit, since I made a little bit of a mess here, maybe, I mean, all things are meant to be. Let's clarify the 10 of, let's clarify the 10 of Pentacles, please. Thank you. The Lovers. I love that. I don't always take that as like romantic love, by the way, but we'll see. Father of Wands, so that's King of Wands energy with a snake. It's all passion. And then we have the Four of Swords. Ooh, that's interesting, because that's that like, wait a minute. This is really interesting. To me, what this is saying when we talk about like, in order to have this level of abundance when you're thriving, it takes like this alignment. The Lovers is more like that, in alignment with the divine, which is also in alignment with your higher self. And the Father of Wands is like that fiery passion energy. Like you've got to have a passion for life. And like there's power in that. And then this 4 is like going inward to connect with the divine. So I feel like it's that inward contemplation, but the hands are in prayer. It's like offering. And so this feels like a super well-rounded like alignment, this passion for life, and then connecting with your higher self. And the alignment and the like, these are both kind of alignment thing, but this is like making sure, like, what are you worshiping? Is it just the physical reality of like this temple? No, it's got to be something higher than ourselves. And really like, and it doesn't like, use whatever words you want, as long as it's like, no, like what I was saying before, no man is an island unto himself, like the ego, you know. The ego is not the end all be all. There's got to be something more. I don't think I had enough water today. So I feel like that's like clarifying what it takes to get this level of abundance in thriving mode. Thank you. That kind of helped like round that out. Let's clarify the 8 of Pentacles, please. Thank you. We have the 3 of Swords. Ooh, that's bloody. The 5 of Swords. What? Whoa. This is so interesting. And then we have the 9 of Wands. You know what's interesting about this is like, I love the way these cards come out. It's like, I could, you know, when you just like, this whole practice for me is an act of surrender. That's why I do it. It's like on my journey of like trying to get out of the way, but still like bringing my creativity and passion and like intuition. It's really an intuition builder. So when things like this happen, I'm just like, I could not have made it better than this if I tried, you know. And I love that feeling of like surrender, get out of the way, and just be surprised. So anyway, this was all about that abundance energy, what it takes. I feel like this is what this is the nature of like persevering, like going from survival mode on your way here. You have to go through these elements. There's the 3 of Swords, which is that heartache, pain, sadness, you know, soul searching, whatever that is. Like in this particular case, these swords, like the thoughts, in this case, it doesn't have like a heart like the traditional tarot card, but it has like these swords or thoughts are all bound up and like bloody. So it's like kind of some agony there. And then the 5 of Swords is that it's like that conflict energy, like rivalry. So there's maybe some like interpersonal dysfunctions or just inner dysfunctions with your thoughts. Just like there's a lot of conflict here. that we haven't resolved, and that, or that we're working through, like working real hard here. We're working hard, and all of these are like hard work energy. And then Nine of Wands is that like, oh man, are we there yet? Nine of Wands is like a lot like the Eight of Pentacles. It's like, I'm working so hard. I feel a little beat up and bruised and bloodied. Are we there yet? It's like you're working hard to get out of survival mode, and you're just doing the daily trudging through, or whatever the words are. So let's clarify these together, Spirit. The Knight of Cups and the Page of Wands. Like, what is that all about in this reading? Give us some context and clarity. Thank you. We have the Father of Cups, which is interesting. We have the Knight of Cups. This is the King of Cups when it says Father. And we have the Ten of Wands. That's like interesting there. Let me put this here. The Eight of Cups. Oh, all these cups are broken. That's interesting. It's like King of Cups and Eight of Cups energy. How does this relate? This might take some like deep thoughts by me. Because the Eight of Cups is that, it's like that, like I don't want to settle energy, moving on. And the Father of Cups, if we think King of Cups, it's that like, the other day we read it as like, it showed up in one of our readings, and one of the overall energy cards kind of clarified that King of Cups is like doubting that you can float, you know, like really having self-doubt if it's not in the upright. And like King of Cups is that like riding the waves, like the King of is fire and the cups are water, and there's like this balance kind of tension there where it's like, oh, but there's also strength, and like a king that's powerful and acting with compassion finally. So it has a lot of potential meanings. But in conjunction with these, there's like the Ten of Wands is like still working so hard and just push, not realizing that if you just look up, you're at the finish line. You have what you need, you know, and maybe that's it. It's like this, like recognizing that the Father of Cups like has the compassion, you know, it's like he's balanced now, but we don't, you know, we're not wanting to settle like for less, and we're just like push. So there's this, it's like hard to pinpoint this energy of feeling like it's like too much willpower or something, you know? It's like the abundance and the thriving is already here. You just have to open your eyes. Isn't that a lesson? It's like when I was saying before, the spectrum, like crawl, walk, run. Is that really true though? Thriving is already here if we just open our eyes. It really is a mindset shift, isn't it? I feel like that's what this is with the Page of Wands, like see things with fresh eyes. Look how like, and he's curious. He's like, what is this wand? It's like I've never seen it before. And the Knight of Cups is like this intuitive, like there's a lot of intuition in this card, and this fresh, like this new perspective of the heart, this new perspective on life from the Page of Wands. And then it's like maybe we get those new perspectives because it's like this king who was all like maybe fire energy before is now being called to like lead from the heart. And it's like, oh, how does this feel to move into our heart space? And like look up from the push and realize the abundance is already here. The thriving is already here. we don't have to settle for less than that. You know, I feel like that's what these are saying to us. And so it's so interesting how this came out, because it's like, here's the abundance and here's like what it takes: alignment, going inward, passion for life. And then here's like that, when we're in the drudgery of it. Drudgery, is that a word? I think so. And we're just like, and it's like, well, here's why. We think we have to push, and it's all from our willpower. But it's really like, just open your eyes. We can thrive right now. We don't need to change our circumstances. It's a mindset shift. And that just like blew my mind a second ago. There's always more wisdom in these cards that comes through than I could have, thought of without feeling into these things, which is another reason why I like to do it. It's like it kind of slaps me upside the head and says, no, there's a new way to see things. This is like so cool. You know what I really want to do? Let's see, we're at a half hour already. I'm not going to do an extended, but what I'd like to do is for this thriving energy, I don't want to keep going deeper with like archetypal and like shamanistic energy as much as I love it. We're going to like really just sense into the beauty of this. Like, we have the Sun card for the overall energy. We have the message here that just open your eyes. You're already thriving. You really are. You're alive on the earth. I mean, you're watching this, you're alive. Like, wow. I mean, yeah, there's probably stuff in our life that's really hard right now, and you're going to get through it. You can only do hard things because you're thriving. Man, what a lesson. So, Spirit, thank you for that. With our beautiful little chakra cards, what can we take with us to really like take care of our energies, our energy body, these energy centers? What's one thing we can do to really like thrive from the inside out? And maybe some of our energy centers just need some boosting, Thank you. No, it did it again. These have been sticky. That was a card we already got yesterday. It's Mountain Pose. For what it's worth, if you want to take that and do it, more power to you. I feel like maybe I didn't cleanse these cards enough before I started. I gotta be better at that. Sometimes I get a little lazy. Yeah, I gotta be better about cleansing the cards between readings. Like, clear the old energy. Because there are oftentimes I pull the same card twice because I was just in a hurry. My bad. So, thank you for that reminder. Thank you. Oh, Saraswati, creative expression. Use your creative gifts and exploration as a way to expand and grow. Man, creativity is all about thriving. You know, when you're in survival mode, the last thing you think about is like expressing your creativity. Well, me anyway. I'm just like, oh, I'd rather go to sleep. I need to rest. You just don't have the oomph. It's like creativity oftentimes comes from wanting to express your joy. Unless you're the tortured artist. Oh. Use your creative gifts and exploration as a way to expand and grow. This goddess is considered the divine mother of creative arts, wisdom, and knowledge. She is highly regarded as the guru of musicians who sing to her for blessings over their compositions and artistic expression. Look at her. She's beautiful. I love it. She's on a swan. Riding the swan, which symbolizes pure grace, Saraswati plays the veena, a stringed instrument used to create divine sound. She opens the doorway of the throat chakra with her powerful energy and voice, encouraging the creator to come out and play. Her name is translated as Flowing One and represents free-flowing creative energy. She invites us to find faith in our intuition and trust our inner voice as the truth is meant to be heard by others. Her role in the Trinity of Goddesses is as the consort of Brahma, and in the role she invites creation. And in that role, meaning Saraswati floats in to alert you to the necessity and opportunity for creative expression. We all share a common need to find a creative outlet in this world. The throat chakra works with the sacral chakra in this endeavor. Feel the raw creative energy in your sacral chakra and allow it to rise up and find refinement and expression through the throat. This goddess is a powerful ally in finding a way to expand your current creative experience. If your desire is to sing, write, design, or create, begin now. Higher levels of creativity are activated by conscious intention and the willingness to try. If you are not sure exactly what it is you are meant to bring into form, begin with creativity in daily life like journaling, planting a garden, or playing with music and song. Each of us has a unique signature in our creative offerings. Now is the perfect time to find and develop yours. Isn't that the truth? Who would want to be like somebody else? It's just like we don't want to be copycats. Power statement. I am a divine channel of creative energy. I love that. That is all about like thriving. It's like, oh, it's beautiful. It's like, I guess for thrive, if I had to pick like the chakras, it would be like expression. It's so cool. It's like, go out and express yourself. Like, feel into that. Like how would you express yourself? Through the sacral, through the throat? You can express without talking. You can dance. You can paint. You can, I don't know, because I'm a little tired. So in order for me to thrive, I'm going to go to bed now. I hope you took a little nugget on this crawl, walk, run approach, but really it's nothing like that. It's thriving is already here. It's a mindset shift. Like, maybe this is the tool, like, if to change your mindset, because, oh my God, it's worked for me in the past. When I sat down to do something creative, I'm like, my expression like burst open, and I felt like that vitality, the vitality of the Sun card, that expressive, like, hey, look at me, I'm a little baby on a horse. Like, you're just being you, and that's thriving. It's already here. I don't think it has anything to do with the material world. You know what I mean? It's all a mindset, and it's vitality, expression. Oh, I love that message, guys. I hope you do too. Hope you have a beautiful Thursday. And like, let's like slide down through this week, like through this creativity. What a great way to just go through life. I actually have a little creative project I need to do tomorrow. I have a little more time. And I can't wait to spend a little time in my creative lair, dungeon, and like expressing, and not being hypercritical. Just let that go. Oh, that's been a journey. Anyway, thanks for watching and have a beautiful Thursday.